A very good morning. This is Ashika S, Assistant Professor in Computer Science Engineering Department, Sri Venkateshwara College of Engineering, Bengaluru. Today I am going to give a brief introduction about one of the subject that comes over for the computer science engineering students in their third year, that is in the fifth sem. The first subject is management and entrepreneurship for IT industry. The subject code is 18CS51. So this is one of the theory subject where the students can score on good marks to increase their percentage in their BE. So in this subject, we will look over what is the management, what is the planning, organizing, staffing, and nature, scope of it. These are the first module topics. Um, Before going into the management subject, why it is important for the CSE people. So when we discuss about this, what is the need of the management subject for the CSE people? Is it needed? Yes, of course. The management subject is required for all area of people because it tells about how they are going to manage their work overall, how they are going to inbuild their working process, how they are going to give a good effectiveness of work to their in that particular designation. So when we move on for the first module in the management subject, here we will look over about the introduction of the management. The module 2 says about the directing and controlling, and the module 3 is all about the entrepreneur. Module 4 explains about the preparation of the project and the ERP, and the module 5 it all discuss about the micro and small enterprises. So these are the scheme of the subject, management and entrepreneurship subject. We are having the 5 modules. Each module will be having descriptiveness of their specific specific topics. So we will start about the module 1 topics. So before going to start up the topic, what is the textbook referred for this subject? We will look over the textbook, Principles of Management. These are the textbooks referred by the VTU. Principles of Management is about given by the PC Tripathi, written by PC Tripathi, P. N. Reddy, Tata MC Gravel Hill, 2007. And the second book is about the Dynamics of the Entrepreneurial Development and the Management by Vasant Desai, Himalaya Publishing House, 2007 edition. Third book is Entrepreneurship Development by Purnima M. Charantimat, Small Business Enterprises. It says about Pearson Education, 2006 edition. The fourth is Management and Entrepreneurship by Kanishka Bedi, 2017 edition. So these are the main textbook. The reference textbooks is also given by the PTU. It says about the management fundamental concepts, application, skill development, Robert Luzier Thompson, 2007 edition, entrepreneurship development, SS Kanka, S. Chan and CO, 2007, management by Stephen Robin, 17th edition, ESN Education, PHI, 2003 edition. So these are all the textbooks for the management subjects. So when we move on for the management topic, the first module it says about the meaning, nature, characteristics, scope, functions, goals of the management, levels of the management, the brief overview of the evolution of the management theories, and it also explains about the second part of the module one says about the planning, nature of its types of the plan, steps in planning, organizing, nature of it, and types of organizing, staffing, meaning, process of requirement and selection. These are all the first module topics. So when we start with the management, so it says it start with the definition. So what is the definition of the management? By the Mary Parker Willett, he says that art of getting things done through the people. So management is nothing but getting the things done through the people by art of getting the things done through the people is called as a management definition by Mary Porger Follett. But George Ortery, one more writer, says that the process of consisting of planning, organizing, actuating, and controlling the performed to determine and accomplish the objectives by the use of the people and the resources. and systematic way of doing the things is called as management. So George R. Terry says that the process of doing the things by planning, organizing, actuating, controlling, perform to determine the accomplish the objectives by the use of the people and the resources is called as management. So these are all the basic definitions given by the different type of writers according to the management. So coming to the nature, what is this nature includes? What are the nature of the management? It says that when we come for the nature, it includes the management applies to all kind of organization. So it is not stick on to the particular organization. It is applicable to all type of organization. And it also says that it carry out the managerial functions like planning, organizing, staffing, leading, etc. And it also says that aim of management managers is to same create the surplus, and it is applied to the different levels of organizational levels, and it gives the productivity. The nature of the management gives the productivity and efficiency and effectiveness of the work for any of the areas. So it implies the effectiveness and efficiency. So multidisciplinary, it draws the freely ideas, concepts from the disciplines like economics, sociology, psychology, statistics, operations, research, etc. And the dynamic nature of the principles it includes, and it gives the universality of the management, and it must be applied to according to the need of the organization. So how it is going to apply? According to the need of the organization, it is going to be applicable to all different type of organization sector. And it also says that it includes the managerial functions. It applies to all type of kind of organization, and is not only applicable for the specific level of organization. It is overall in different type of organization it is applied, and it also applied to the managers at all organization levels, and it also create the surplus, and managing is concerned with the productivity, which implies the effectiveness and the efficiency. So these are the nature of the management. When you come for the next part, that is the characteristics of the management, it is intangible. It is not seen, not measured. It can be felt in our work. So when one organization is going to give some performance by their department, they are going to plan the specific task, how they are going to reach their target. So the characteristics of the management says that the management in the specific task can be felt, can be felt by this each person, nor it cannot be seen directly, it cannot be measured, it can be felt by efforts in the group of the people who is going to handle that task. So it is intangible. In a one word, it can be said as it is an intangible. And the production, sales, and revenues, and it include to the applicable to all sizes and all forms of the organizations, and it involves getting things done by through other, and it also goal oriented, and it takes the actions of the management are directed at achieving the specific goals. Right, it achieve the specific goals in a actions of management which is directed by specific person, and it is doing of is a science as well as art of emerging now as a profession. So management characteristics also include the intangible, group activity, goal oriented, science as well as art of doing the emerging now as a profession. So these are the characteristics of the management. When we move on for the scope of the management is it says about the, it is not only seen in a particular organization, it can be seen in overall different types of organization. When we take an example of a health sector, we can see the management there also. When we take up the municipal officers or the BESCOM supply officers in a government sector, we can see the management level there also. And when we take an example like one of the private companies like Microsoft, then Amazon, like this, we can see the management there also. So it says about the management is not must for every organization which encompasses for profit as well as non-profit organization, government as well as non-government organization also. So services will be performed according, services will be given as well as manufacturing the organizing things. It is also in fact difficult to find the area of activity where management cannot be applicable. We can see in different areas, even in the household things, we can see management is required for the people. Even in a the illiteracy people is also able to handle the management sector. Management is applicable there also. Who is illiterate? Because management is needed. How is going to manage the timing? How is going to execute the products in a specific time? It is a basic thing. The management, it is required in all level of organization, whether it is encompasses the profit as well as non-profit. And it in fact difficult to find the areas where it cannot be applicable also. And it is also not only limited to business enterprises for profits, but also for the non-profit organization like education institutions, healthcare sector organization, financial organization, and store management. Even in the ration stores or medical stores, we can see how they are managed. Once the customer come and ask for the specific product, they should be able to grasp the thing, where is the specific product is located in that area, how they can give that to them in a specific time. When the customer comes and asks in an agency, they should be able to give an specific supplement should be there, supplying should be there in a specific time. That is, store management is also having the scope of management in their area for keeping their cost of the operation at the optimal. And it is also seen that government organizations like municipal corporation, water supply departments, electricity boards in providing the best possible services to the public. So here we can see in the government sector like municipal corporation includes like water supplements, electricity supplying. They should also manage the things. The management is required. Once they are not able to manage, how can they give their 100% supplying to the what public? So the best possible services should be given to the public at a specific time. And the government or agencies like environmental agencies then benefit from management in achieving the social objectives in the cost effective manner, to managing the extensive use of the management to increase the production of their enhance the quality and their manufacture to the similarly. So service organization benefits from the management in providing an exemplary service experience to the customer. So this is all about the management scope. We can see in the non-government sector also and the government sector also, to give the good efficient manner of efficiency to the what their task, cost effective manner, to avoid the things, to benefit from the management, and to exemplary service experience to the customer.